I believe we're still waiting for Samanta to join us. So welcome also to everyone else who is here with us today. I think we just need a minute or two to start off. How is the weather on your side, Marta, today? It's really nice and warm at my location.
Yeah, in mine is also really, really nice. So I hope that after today's meeting, I will go for a sidewalk a little bit.
Yeah, that's a nice perspective. Yeah. Hi, Samanta. Now that's the three of us all together. So we're ready to start. We're just doing some small talk weather-wise. But now that we're all here today, I think we can start off and not keep anyone waiting. I'm so happy to see the two of you together, especially since this is the second event of our series of the Tech Talks. So I'm really happy that we're continuing with this venture. For all those who have joined us today who do not know me, my name is Magdalena Zacharczuk, and I work at Deviniti as the Atlassian Ecosystem Business Partner. And today I have the pleasure of hosting Samanta Aragao Jorge and Marta Szczetyńska. And together we will be talking about enhancing productivity with queues for Jira Service Management. And just to give you a quick overview, we're scheduled to spend more or less an hour together today. We will be kicking off with, first of all, speakers' introductions, which I will hand over the microphone to my colleagues in a moment. After that, we will be having a quick presentation from Samanta from Nimble Evolution. And after that, we will have an interview about everything, all of the insights that are part of the concept that we will be discussing today. We will also be welcoming questions from the audience. But before all that, I would like to start off to warm up our audience today with a quick poll. I believe that our colleagues at Deviniti who are on the backstage have just launched the question just now. So I just want to pick your brains on your knowledge about the Deviniti apps. It would be great to see if you know any of the apps that we have on offer and what issues you have that they cover in the ITSM context. So feel free to click through the questionnaire. I don't think it should take you more than a minute or two. And as you dig through the questions, I believe we're ready to move on with the introductions. Samanta, fire away. As a Nimble Evolution representative today, please tell us a little bit about yourself and your team.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm really happy to be here with you, talking about ITSM, talking about JSM and Queues app. Thank you for this invitation. I'm from Brazil. I'm from Nimble Evolution, and I want to present some use case and some experience we see here with our customers.
Thank you so much. I believe we'll be able to find out more about you as we go along. Marta, over to you.
Yeah, hi, everyone. My name is Marta, and I am a product manager here at Deviniti. I am from Poland, and me and my team are working with ITSM area, and we are trying to discover and deliver new solutions for queues for Jira and JSM, and also with the second application from the JSM area, which is actions for JSM.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that. Okay, now that we have the introductions out of the way, I think we can move on to the presentation, which I mentioned earlier. And I honestly can't wait to hear more about the Nimble Evolution way of using apps to elevate customers' ITSM excellence. I know that there are a lot of interesting insights on non-IT business applications. So we are all eyes and ears, Samanta.
Okay, I will share here my screen. Just a second. Can you see my PPT? The slide?
I believe we can.
Okay. So my name is Samantha. I'm really happy to be here. Just to talk about a little bit about me. I work for more than 20 years with IT and most focus in process IT. And with Atlassian tools, I work for since 2015. I work with Jira, Confluence, Bitbucket, and JSM too. Um, I provide training sessions for DevOps, quality assurance, and also Atlassian tools, Confluence, and Jira. And my work with Nimble is help companies move from a traditional approach, a waterfall approach, and that they are going to an agile approach. And maybe they are implementing Jira tools, Confluence tools, or just process with tools. This is my job with Nimble Evolution, providing training and consultants. Okay. This is an event from 2023. Talking about Nimble Evolution, we are a 20 years old company, a Brazilian company. We are Atlassian solution partner. We have offices in Brazil, São Paulo, and also in Kissimmee, USA. We offer continuous education, consulting services, and software collaboration tools like Jira, Confluence, Bitbucket, and so on, in order to enable individuals, teams, and organizations to achieve their best outcomes. Here you have some pictures. This is from our event, Next. It was Nimble Experience in São Paulo. We had last year. Here we have our team. And here we have three pictures. The first one is from Team 24, Atlassian Team 24 in Las Vegas. The second one is Agile International Conference we had in Miami last month. No, it was this month. And Support World Live we had last month in Denver. Just talking about ITSM, it was really good events. And talk about our use case. I choose one use case from Doc. It's a company. It's a provider for financial technology infrastructure in Latin America. It's a big company. They have 70 million active accounts. They have 8 billion transactions per year, 1 trillion of reais processed annually, and 400 customers, around 400 customers. And imagine this situation, this scenario inside Atlassian tools. They have to organize and manage all information inside the tools. Okay, and what scenario they have right now? They use Jira Service Management for requests, for incidents, and they use also some apps, for example, queues for Jira and JSM, that the app I will show to you for this use case, email this issue, but they also have Jira, Confluence to organize content and information. They have Analytics, Beacon, that is now Atlassian Guard. They have Atlas, Compass, and some apps, Dry.io, EasyBI, Power BI Connector, and Timesheets. So they have all these apps and products connected to organize and manage all this scenario I show you in the last slide. And now I prepare an environment reproducing this just to give an example how they organize some tickets, some requests, and how we can do better with queues for Jira. Okay, I will close here my PPT. Here we have Jira environment. This is a demo environment, okay, just to reproduce how they work. So think they have HR, requests. They have legal requests to manage, IT requests for sure to manage, finance. So they have a lot of projects here inside. And let's go inside one just to show you some examples. Take a look here. We have HR services projects. It's a service management project. And here I create some tickets to show how they work. Here, for example, we have some requests. Think about onboarding, offboarding, vacation requests. So they have the projects and they have the queues, right? Let's go to another project, for example, legal services. They have their queues. And they have, let's go to IT services project. They have more requests, they have more information, and they have the queues here. But think we are talking about a big company with a lot of projects, and they have teams, they have solver groups to work with these requests. How can we organize that? How can we manage that with this situation? Imagine a team working with this ticket. I have to go to a project. I have to go to another one. So this is difficult. This is now we can show Queues app. Okay, they have a project to group everything. I will show here is the service management project. And here we have the app Queues for JSM. What we can prepare, what we can manage here inside. Think I showed to you IT service requests, HR requests, but it was inside their projects. But here we can configure the way we want. We can configure groups, we can configure queues, we can configure groups and queues. And here we can decide, I would like to have queues for area, queues for subject. For example, I have my request type, I have my category. I'd like to have a queue just for tickets about this subject. We can organize this way. And here we can use, for example, they have in their user case, they have groups representing the area. So they have groups for IT services. We have another group to HR. They have another group to legal, and so on. And they have inside these groups, they have several queues. That as many as they want, they can have the queues there. For this example, how they work. They have the group, and inside they have all requests. I show here inside this example. We have a group for IT service requests. We have a queue just for all requests, and we have a queue for any one requests and two requests. And this is I can configure the way I want. You can have queues, as I said, for subject. For here they have the concept of solver group here. You see we have the ticket, for example, request a new account, and this ticket will be resolved by a solver group. So they have N1, N2, and N3, and they assign this ticket to a solver group, okay? And this is the way they organize. They have a queue for each one. I will show an example. Let's create, for example, marketing group. I will create here plus group. I can include a queue, a group, or I can import queues as well. But I will create a group here. Marketing. I can include queues right now, or I can do it later. I will just create my group here, and here I can include the queues. Let's see one queue just to show how it works. Inside a queue, we have a configuration possibility here. I will edit here this queue just to show you. Here we have the name. We have the option to set who should see this queue. So here we have the field visible to. I didn't set here the option, but here, for example, let's see anyone queue. It's set to anyone. We have a group inside Jira just for the solver group anyone. And here I set only this team should see these tickets. So this way we have all the information more organized. And here we have a field to configure the JQL. And for example, here I'm setting only the tickets for IT services with the solver group anyone. Okay. And here we have the columns I want to see. So I want to see here the issue type, the key, request type, summary, reporter, priority, time to resolution, solver group, and status. If I want to see something more, I just configure here inside. Okay, so it's really easy to configure and use this app. I will click here, save. So the same thing, we have two other queues I want. I will create a queue just to show how it works. Let's create here, for example, we have our request for HR. Okay, this is just requests about HR subject. And here we have the HR subject, but just for anyone solver group. I will create another queue, maybe N2 requests. I will click here. I will add a queue. Okay, I will name N2. I will define here N2. Okay, and here I will say I'd like the tickets for project HR and solver group. I would like to see just the N2 tickets. Okay, I could include more filters, as many filters as I want. In the same way we create a JQL. Okay, but for this demonstration, it's fine. And here I select the fields I would like to see. So I would like to see issue type, key, summary. What else? Let's see. Assignee. I would like to see reporter. Time to resolution is important. We have all the fields here. Status, for sure. And what else? Solver group, because this way we can check. And the way I include the columns here, we'll see here below. Okay. When it's done, I will just save here. And we have our queue here. Is the N2 for HR group? I just could see here, go here, edit group. Here we have these two queues. I will edit and say, I'd like to see here below. I will click OK. I will click Save. And here we have all the N2 requests, all the information we need to see. Okay. So this is the way I create my content. If I want, I can change it. I can. It's an important thing is that I can have queues with the same name. So we have here anyone queue, queue here for HR, and we have anyone queue for IT services. This is important, so we don't need to rename because the app accept with the same name. Okay, so it's easy like this. What else would be important to say? I think that's it. All information. I think that's it. HR. We could create one more. We could create just one more queue here. Let's create entry. and say, we have here, oops, entry. Okay, the same way, let's create entry. So this way we prepare all content for HR. HR service and solver group, entry. And that's it. When I do this, I have here, and I can, this the same way. Let's consider include assignee and now fields I want. This way, I have all information I need to work here inside queues. I don't need to go to other projects, or I need to go to a lot of projects to see the request. I work on the same page and see all information. I would just include here. We have here, and the same way I did before. We have any tree. So I'm showing just an example with some requests, but think about a doc company with hundreds and hundreds of requests. It is really useful, because this way I just see what I need to see. Imagine I am an analyst. I see just what I need to see and the information I need to work on. I don't see a lot of tickets. And I think that's it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for this part. I just before, I know that Marta, you're eager to comment. I have just one reflection. I would really like to hear from Marta what it's like to see a demo performed by a partner of a product that you are the heart and brains of. It must be a funny feeling, I'm guessing, because it's usually you are the person who is advocating for these use cases and showing how that works. So it was really interesting to see this from the partner's point of view. But I know that you have some comments and questions that you wanted to follow up on after Samanta concludes her presentation. So feel free to continue.
First of all, I must say that I'm very happy to see that it's possible to show my product, to show the product by partner, because it shows that it's first of all useful, that somebody has seen something in my queues, in my application, and the second thing, it's to be honest, I saw several things that I believe it's worth to mention. So I will try to share it with you. Maybe I saw that you were grouping the queues inside using this. I will show you maybe on the screen.
Do you prefer I show here?
Yeah, maybe you can do that. I saw that you have organized your queues using this option, edit group, but there is also a possibility when you click near this plus button. We have 3 dots above near the search, and we have the option enable reorder. And we can switch the order and organize queues, I believe, a little bit quicker just by using drag and drop. So maybe you could try to use it. I believe that's faster.
Yeah, I can organize, for example, this one is not from here. I can move to other place.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's easy.
Yeah, I believe it's much easier, and it's, there is less clicking during that process. And one maybe funny feature that we have a possibility to distinguish groups and queues using emojis to be, more specific, more more visible maybe. So if you can edit the name of the queue or the name of the group, and just choose some emoji and just place it there.
Yeah, good.
I know that for some teams it's kind of important because it's, you can see it more visibly, more clearly that this is your queue. And one more thing,
Just a comment. When I see these emojis, I remember Confluence. The way they work with pages and emojis work like this, I think it's really useful to have this visual information.
Yeah, and it's it's also more user-friendly. I believe that we like a lot colors and something that it's maybe not that it's maybe funny, maybe it's also for the we are spending a lot of time during our working hours, so I believe it's also kind of funny. But what is more important, I believe, there is an option favorites that we can use this. You have it already here, an example. Yeah, we can mark the queue as a favorite, and it will jump immediately above all the other queues and groups. So we can choose the queues that are the most important for you to quickly just find them and be able to use them.
And it's easy to set and remove the favorite. Great.
Yes. So that was my 3 little tips. But if we can also show the screen where there is a configuration part, because queues are not only this one page, we have also second page where we can configure a little bit our application. And I don't know if it's better for you to that I can show my screen, or do you like to also?
It's here in Manage Apps, you
Yes.
said?
Yeah, it's in Manage Your Apps. Yeah, so we can try like that.
And it's here.
Yes.
Configuration.
Yes. And here there is a very nice option that we can choose the location. Here you have apply to all the project sidebars, but we can choose to which project it will be visible. So for example, if you have, as you showed us, HR department or legal project, you can just choose to which it will be applied, and we can just organize those sidebar as we want. There is also option to here, and there is also option that we can choose the name of our application. By default, it's Deviniti Queues, but it can be whatever you want. So
Good.
if you can show, because it will change immediately.
Yeah. Let's go. Just check. Yeah, it's really good. So they could have maybe the name of the client, doc queues, and for example here Nimble queues. It's interesting.
Yeah, so I believe that's all my tips that I wanted to share, because you presented the really nice usage of our application. So I'm impressed, to be honest.
Thank you.
Samantha, I can tell you that Marta is not a person who's easy to impress, so that's like a double achievement.
I'm so happy.
It's really awesome to listen to you, because having this example of the customer who has such a vast amount of such a vast reality to harness using the queues, I can really imagine, and it's even understandable for someone who is not a queues heavy user, to see how this really can enhance productivity, taking into consideration the time savings and the optimization of processes that this tool can facilitate. I have a few questions. If you would like to follow up on some of the parts of the presentation and discussion that you've just had, Samanta, following up on the principle of dogfooding, can you kind of share with me what is the potential of Nimble Evolution's putting queues to some use with within your internal processes? Is this also an app that you use within the Nimble Evolution team, or is it just something that you implement for your customers?
No, I think we could consider implementing this app inside Nimble because we have a support team that work for a lot of companies, and they have, I think they are here participating for this webinar. So they have a lot of tickets they have to solve daily, and with a lot of customers. So they have to go to each project to manage it. The other way they could do it, maybe create some filters, but I don't think it's the best solution. So I think we should consider implementing this app internally for our team. So this way, I could see how they could organize there inside. They could have maybe groups for each customer. And inside this group, they could have queues representing the solver group. Because, for example, inside Nimble, I am a solver group. I would be the entry because when they have a specific situation, they send to me. I would be a solver group for this team and would really organize there inside. I think I talked to my team to implement this app there inside.
Awesome. I know that the team is here in a big number, so it's great to see that you also have such a great support at Nimble Evolution. And following up on what you said, I have a question to Marta. I know that Nimble Evolution already has this experience having implemented our product for their customers, but as a product owner and the heart and brains behind the solution, Marta, do you have any tips on the easiest way to start working with this application if you were to recommend how Nimble Evolution could go about, taking off with this idea?
To be honest, I believe that queues are quite a simple application, but anyway, we are trying to help our customers, and we recently released some quick guide. It's possible to educate by yourself to start working with queues. This astronaut will help you to go and have a quick tour through our the most important features. So we have, as you can see, we have a list of steps, and you can try to do it by yourself. You can stop whenever you want. You can go back. So it's possible to open it whenever you want, whenever it's important. And I believe that it's helpful. The other thing, you can always go to the documentation directly from the app, and you can also always ask us for help here. So there are possibilities in our application to contact us as well. So I believe that that's what I wanted to show you. Considering,
it looks, it looks like a smart way to enter the product. I've just peeked into our chat, and I see that there is a comment from one of our viewers that the app is a nice one. So thank you very much for that. And I would like to cite a question directly from Daniel, just to kind of break our flow a bit. Is it possible to control OLAs where a single card can be resolved depending on more than one solution group? Like it has a time to resolution, but it has many queues from more than one group assigned for each step on status. Marta, I think you're the best person to take that on.
Okay. I would like to read it one more time, okay? Because I'm not sure. It's quite a lot of text.
It's a long one, I know.
For a single card. Okay. I believe that we can create queues depending not only from the, I'm not sure if I understood correctly. So Daniel, if it's not the case, you can tell us, but we can choose here a lot of groups and a lot of different also users. I have here some users. We can choose a lot of them, and we can create queue based on the JQL. I have here, for example, assignee when assignee is empty, but it can be a lot more complicated. And all of those groups and people can see this particular queue. And when I save it, all of those will be visible. And for example, I can show you how I will switch my account to show you that it will be visible differently according to my permissions. So yeah, I am just a regular user here, and I can see only 21 tickets from different projects collected in one queue. But as an administrator, I could see, I believe, more. So 36 it was there before. So it will be adjusted to the permissions that the user have. As you can see, I'm a regular user here, so I don't have many options as Samanta previously showed us. I have only this quick guide and documentation. Here I cannot add or edit queues. I can just focus on my tickets that are available for me. I hope that was the answer for the question. Daniel, if it's the case, you can tell me. And if not, maybe we can discuss it further later.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Daniel. If you need any more insight, let us know. And moving on, I have a question to Samanta. You mentioned your implementation of queues. I was wondering which department out of those that you mentioned was the happiest with the outcome and with the change that queues facilitated.
I would say HR, for sure. As I can see with the customers, are the HR department, because they have a lot of requests, thinking about vacation requests, onboarding, offboarding, reimbursement, a lot of requests. And this is the way they can organize, grouping by category, grouping by request type, or grouping by solver group. So this is a department with a lot of tickets, with a lot of requests, and this way they can organize better here inside, I would say.
And just to follow up, were they already working on Jira, or was it a whole introduction not only to queues, but also for Jira for this department?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Were they all already working on Jira and just started using queues, or was it a whole new kind of entry level for them to, first of all, adopt Jira and then to queues afterwards?
They were working with Jira and then adopted JQL. Queues
so
for.
I can definitely see how that may have been beneficial, but it's also interesting to see a live example of this kind of implementation for a non-IT team. And as you said, they're being the ones with the biggest benefit. It's nice to know that this is possible. And moving kind of to a wider perspective, can you tell us a bit more how what the decisions were made in terms of selecting the tech stack for this particular case?
Sorry, can you repeat?
How did you select the tech stack for this particular implementation? What was the process of the choice of selection of tools?
It's because I saw, I work with colleagues that work with this company, and I was, when we were starting talking about a webinar, I talked to them and asked, what app do you use that make your life better, make your life easy? and make the customer life easy, better. And this is the way we selected queues.
Right. Okay, thank you for this. Marta, over to you. Can you tell me which applications can be considered as, together with queues, as a tech stack which can raise the level of ITSM fluency in an organization? Preferably if you can mention any other apps that we have in our portfolio.
Yeah, we have several complementary apps that can help us to increase the level of ITSM inside your organization. And they are working more from this customer portal side. And it probably most of you know the extension for JSM. It's a kind of a huge add-on, and it's used to customize request forms with the bundled fields and with the dynamic forms. And you can also use extension to share additional information with clients, such as, for example, SLA or the priority or assignee. There are many fields that you can share with the clients based on your needs. And we have also actions for JSM that I am also working on in Deviniti. Actions allows you to edit the already raised requests by customers themselves. So we can increase the self-service of the customer, and it's not so necessary that every change is edited, every change is done by the agent from the company. And the last one that I can think of right now, it's my request extension, and it's used to organize the already raised request from the customer perspective. So I believe that those three add-ons I would mention here.
Sounds very inspiring, and maybe this is something that we can follow up on and look at how else we could help the teams that are already using queues with extending the tool stack. Last question from me, out of those that come to mind after listening to your conversations. Going back to Samanta, can you see any trends in the ITSM realm that we should pay closer attention to? I mean, obviously AI comes to mind probably as first, but having such a vast experience, as you mentioned at the very beginning, I'm curious to see whether you could kind of look into your crystal ball and tell us what to expect in the near future.
Yes, I see some trends. We had the opportunity to participate in 2 events. It was Agile International Conference and Support World Live. And this specific event, Support World Live, I saw a lot of information and speakers talking about automation process a lot, and they were talking about artificial intelligence. So these 2 subjects was everywhere. Everywhere I went there, the people I talked, the presentation I participated, they were talking about automation for creating tickets, automation for work on tickets, solve tickets, and artificial intelligence everywhere. This is 2 trends I see during these events, both events, I would say.
Anything else besides AI?
Sorry?
Anything else besides artificial intelligence that you think we should be looking towards and expecting?
I would say the way we, for example, with this situation, when we have an HR department with a lot of tickets, with a lot of requests, we could have AI working on some solutions, working some answers to the users, and maybe having less tickets. Maybe they could solve some situations, some requests without a ticket. Right? They could using a chatbot, they could using automation for that with artificial intelligence. I think we could use both together.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like an interesting perspective to look forward to. Okay, I believe we're coming to an end today. I don't have any other pending questions that come to mind. It was a pleasure to host the both of you. Let me just look into our chat, but nothing popped up there in the meantime. So wrapping up, I would like to thank you for being with us here today. Also, I would like to thank our audience. I should also mention that we will be repurposing the content of this webinar further along the way. So please look out for snippets on LinkedIn and some written content that will follow up. In terms of what to look forward to besides AI developments in the ITSM realm, we would like to invite you to our next webinar in the series, which will be taking place on the 11th of June. And then we will have the pleasure of hosting as a guest another solution partner, Zybert Media, and the guest will be Kai Becker at the time. And we will also be speaking about ITSM related topics, and the main character of our talk at the time will be an app that Marta has already mentioned, Accenture for JSM, also in non-IT environments. So it seems like this is something worth exploring further. Thank you very much once again. I wish you a pleasant afternoon, rest of the day, regardless of which time zone you are in, and see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.